Do you consider yourself trade?
Do I consider myself trade?
Yeah, trade.
Like electrician, plumber, carpenter?
Kind of. Trade in the gay way.
What is that? Is that like wife swap, but for gay people?
So I could tell you, but if I tell you, it automatically disqualifies you from being trade.
Oh, okay.
So we'll set that aside because you can't know that you're trade to be trade. But Sean,
I don't know if I am.
We were having this conversation last night about who we know that's trade and who's not.
What do you think? Am I trade?
I think ironically you could be, but not really. Sean said no, hard no, like 0 to 100, 0.
Okay, well then tell me what trade is.
Okay, so this is the Wikipedia definition. Trade is a gay slang term which refers to a casual partner of a gay man or to the genre of such pairings. Men falling in the category of trade are not gay identified. Historically, the motivations may at times include the desire for emotional fulfillment and admiration, but the term often refers to a straight man who partners with a gay man for economic benefit, either through direct cash payment or through other more stable means.
Oh, so it's like when the woke takes over the country and heterosexuality becomes illegal. Yeah. It's like a beard, but in the opposite direction.
Kind of. Essentially, it's like a straight passing guy who doesn't like identify as gay. Like they're like, I'm straight, bro, but I'm gonna have sex with this guy.
Yeah, he goes to Republican conventions and
not necessarily
Grindr.
Not necessarily. They're just super masculine. Like you wouldn't identify them in any way being kind of gay or bisexual or anything.
Gotcha. Okay. Interesting.
I personally, there's the discourse that goes around like every couple months about like what is trade and what isn't. So I like to dilute the term because it annoys me. It's kind of like a kink at pride discourse where people are like, can you have kink at pride? So I just like to throw trade around. So I'm like, yeah, okay, that drag queen is trade. Like, so in that sense, I do think you're trade, but in an actual sense, no, you're not.
Okay.
Joe's trade. If Joe had sex with men, he'd be trade.
Well, yeah, but he can't, like, he has to be closeted gay, right? That's the thing about it. Like, you're not open and gay? Am I
You're not, like, open
right?
about it, but you could be gay. But you don't have to have, like, you don't have to be like, oh, this is my girlfriend. I cheat on her with men. You can, like, whatever. You could just be, like, single. And, like, as long as you're not, like, I am gay, I like to have sex with men.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense. I had a dream last night. I don't remember what the dream was about, but for like half a second in the dream, my entire screen just filled up with like a side profile of Tom Cruise.
Hell yeah.
He
was trying to tell you something.
I like stopped mid in the dream and I was like, what the fuck was that? And then I just went back to whatever it was about.
He was trying to tell you something. There was a message in there for you.
There was a message.
It was either Scientology based or it's telling you need to start doing your own stunts. Do you see there's a video from the Mission Impossible premiere and Tom Cruise does like a surprise thing like before with the director and he's walking in and there's this guy in the front row and he's already eaten his whole bucket of popcorn and Tom Cruise goes, you've already eaten all your popcorn, and someone goes, this would send me into a psychosis. Like,
yeah. I saw that. That shit was hella funny.
I would be scared to disappoint Tom Cruise. He actually just turned down, Trump tried to award him something for the Kennedy Center and he turned it down. So
I'm telling you,
woke Tom Cruise. Again, a Scientology aside, there is nothing wrong with this man. And even with the Scientology, he's not like in your face about it. He's like, don't say gay to Scientology.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever once, like, I know he's like their fucking poster child. Like, you want to be like Tom Cruise joined Scientology, but I've never seen or heard him talking about it.
I know he got a little weird about it with Nicole Kidman.
Yeah.
That's why, like, you know,
they got divorced and
the kids don't talk to him, but like,
but that's like in his personal life. That's not like,
he's just a very high energy guy. You watch him, he's just a high energy guy. Yeah. And I think that doesn't mesh well with a cult. Yeah. Well, it meshes well because he can promote it, but it doesn't mesh well for everyone else around him. Yeah. But yeah. I want it on the record that I played the Battlefield 6 beta.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I played it yesterday. I downloaded it and played it for about an hour.
Hell yeah. I finished all the week 2 challenges and I have almost every gun maxed.
I have some thoughts.
Okay.
So I like it. A little disappointed that no matter how high I jumped from, I couldn't get them to do the roll.
The roll, yeah.
I don't know if
haven't
that's
been
not
able to do that either. I also can't slide, or yeah, I can't slide for whatever
okay.
reason.
So
I can dive perfectly fine, but I can't slide. I don't know if it's maybe just because I unbound that key or my rebindings fucked it up. But
yeah, I understand it's a beta. So there were
Mhm.
some glitches in there, like there was some random floating objects or some like, you know, glitching objects that are like shaking, but it didn't break like the map. Like it
Yeah,
wasn't like a, you know, whatever, like it wasn't unplayable.
yeah.
Um I am a big fan of, to my knowledge, you're not able to customize your guys, like your physical appearance. You are what you are.
Not yet. You
Not
can.
yet. Okay.
You'll be able to in the full game. It
Okay.
won't be like anything crazy like fucking hot pink tiger stripes.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
there is a challenge for the recon class. You have to spot like a certain amount of people, and then you just get like, instead of just having like the ghillie suit that they have, it's like ghillie suit with like the guys wearing like a skull balaclava.
Gotcha.
So it's just very simple things like that so
Okay.
far.
Okay.
You'll be able to customize your dog tags though, because you can
Oh.
take them from people and you take down
Good.
again.
So I played as a medic the entire time because that's what I play as on Call of Duty. Jesus fucking Christ.
How
On
dare you?
Battlefield. I don't like playing on Call of Duty. I play as like a normal, just like assault class.
Well, Call of Duty doesn't have classes. It's
Well,
just
like,
you pick your gun.
But like my function would be like the equivalent of like an assault. Like I don't carry any kind of like medic equipment or any kind of like healing, you know, superpowers or whatever. I just do like, here's my grenades, here's my 2 weapons, here's my knife.
Yeah, that's everybody in Call of Duty.
Right. Well, oh no, but on Call of Duty you can get like health kits as your like perk. Yes,
Nope.
you can. Not anymore. You could.
You've never been able to.
Advanced Warfare allowed you to. You had the
I
health
didn't play
stim.
that one a whole lot.
You had health stim. That was the last Call
Yeah,
of Duty
you can
game I
like
played.
inject yourself
Yeah.
with like a little stimulant thing, but
Okay,
yeah.
well, either way, Battlefield, I'm a medic. I don't like playing as the other classes on Battlefield. I will sometimes tap in as an engineer if we really need someone to do it, but I don't like to.
Mhm.
If I get bored of being a medic, I will do an assault, and then that will remind me how bad I am at being an assault class, and then I will say, okay, I'm going back to medic. I also think for some reason Battlefield gives medics the most stable weapons, in my opinion.
Mhm.
They have like, at least for me, they are the most usable weapons to me.
Mhm.
I didn't get a chance to yesterday just because I was just trying to get a feel for the game, but I need to increase the sensitivity because the turn is so slow by default. So that's on me.
They have bindings in there that you can set. I think they're turned off by default. Also, don't forget to turn your compass on because that's not on by default for whatever reason.
Okay.
But there are bindings where you can turn 180 or turn 90.
Oh.
Like you just press one button and then you whip.
Oh, that's useful. Okay.
Yeah.
So things I like about it, I really like the medic class.
Mhm.
Obviously, like I said, I'm a medic player, but I really like the equipment that they give you.
Yeah.
I like the paddles.
Mhm.
I didn't get a chance to use them, but I liked, because I didn't really understand what they were for if I had the ability to just...
The defibs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't, because like you have the thing that you heal people with, the
Mhm.
fucking shot. So I didn't understand what the defibs were for.
It's just faster. Like your
Okay.
normal shot will be faster as a medic,
Okay.
but the defibs are even faster than that.
Okay,
Plus
cool.
you can kill people with them.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I didn't get a chance to use them just because I wasn't too close contact with anyone.
Mhm.
I think the smoke grenades that they give you are super effective.
Mhm.
What I've noticed is that the throws are, because the last Battlefield name game that I played was Battlefield 5, but the last proper Battlefield game I played was Battlefield 1.
Mhm.
And I felt like in that one the throws were a little wonky. Like they kind of tended to bounce a little bit more than they should have.
Like after you throw it.
Yeah. Well, like, okay, so if I throw it at a wall, right, it's going to bounce back a little bit. That's whatever. But it tended to bounce back like halfway to you. In this game, it seems like it's more realistic physics. The physics have been kind of toned down a little bit, and I like that. Because, so the 2 maps that I played, I think it was Cairo. I'm
Mhm.
assuming it's just looks like a Middle Eastern city.
Yeah, it's got like the big street in the middle.
With
There's
like the
a
bus where you can
destroyed
go under the bus. Yeah. So I played in that one. And then we played in Brooklyn.
Mhm.
And in that one where you're in the construction side, I was popping smoke around corners. So I was using the corner to bounce the smoke off. And it was kind of hitting right where I wanted to. Like, you're playing pool, you kind of hit it in the right spot. That's where it was hitting, and I really liked that. The sidearm was whatever.
Yeah,
standard sidearm.
There's only one so far.
I enjoyed the shield that the medics get.
Cover.
Yeah, and I really liked how quickly I could do everything. Because what I would do is I would heal someone and then I would throw down my medic pack.
Yeah.
And it kind of was like just, heal and then throw it, and it like just did it. There was no like lag on it, so that was really nice. Things I really think need a little bit of work on the game. It's very hard to tell the difference between friendlies and enemies. I think that your friendlies should be highlighted better, maybe with a little bit of a blue aura, because I was shooting at everyone. And this could just be because I have not played a Battlefield game in a long time, and I was very scared.
I was about to say, that's just a skill difference.
Yeah.
That's
for
me, it's easy to tell, like, in a group of people, if they're all standing there, like, which one's a bad guy and which not.
So I started off very badly. I'll say that. But by the end, I got my KD up to 0.75, which is pretty decent for, like, an hour play of Battlefield. I played three Conquest, the one with 1,000. 3 of those maps. And so by the end, my KD was 0.75, so pretty good. I mean, when I play as a medic, my main thing is I just go around reviving people. Yeah, that's like I gotta kill people, don't get me wrong, but like my main mission is not like capturing objectives. It is to quite literally just go in and just heal as many people as possible. And so I did good on that. The physics being a little bit more realistic means the physics on the guns are really more realistic. So my aim was a little off, but I remember it being a bigger deal with graphics when you killed someone in Battlefield 1. Like, when you killed someone in Battlefield 1, you knew you killed someone. In this one, I was like, is he dead? Like, I can't really tell because it didn't, like, pop up and say, like, kill. Like, there was no...
You just have that turned off?
Maybe I have to turn it on. I don't know. But
it's on by default, but it'll give you like an orange glowing hit marker when you kill someone, and then it says kill plus the points plus
it wasn't
their name.
doing that for me. So maybe that was just a bug in my beta.
Could just be a UI error in your session.
So what I would see is I would see someone who I was like, okay, that's probably an enemy because I don't see like a friendly badge on them. I would shoot them, and then there would be a tiny little, like, the pin on Apple Maps? Like a tiny little pin above their head when I killed them, and they would just drop to the ground and do the little like I need a medic thing. And so it's like I can't tell when I'm killing someone because the points weren't popping up and like saying like plus however much a kill is or like assist or whatever.
Interesting.
And so I was literally sitting there like emptying my magazine into people because I was like, I don't know if they're dead or not.
You're just pissing off the whole lobby trying to confirm the kill.
I promptly turned off the voice chat, so I don't know. There was a very interesting situation I got myself in Cairo. It was like right off the street with the bus. I went up the stairs and there was like 5 guys there, and I just like stab, and then just emptied my mag into someone, and then they were shooting me, but they were really bad at shooting me like I was really bad at shooting them. It's like an A-team scene, and pulled out my sidearm, emptied my whole thing into them, and then they emptied their whole thing into me. No one died. It was like a 30-second thing. I ended up winning because I ended up stabbing them, but it was fun. I think there's a lot of potential for it.
The shotgun I have come around on. It is a fucking problem.
I don't think I've ever used I have used a shotgun before.
Like every game I played yesterday, the entire enemy team was using the shotgun. Yeah,
that's the one thing. Okay, so that's another thing that I was having an issue with is I think the map or the map, it needs a little bit less transparency.
What do you mean?
Like they need to turn down the opacity. Up the opacity?
On like the map that's on your screen.
Yeah, on the HUD. Yeah. Because I was having a hard time seeing, and it was on my big screen in my room.
I'm pretty sure you can change that.
Okay,
too.
So maybe like
I just need to go all of these things you were talking about. You just need to go through the settings.
So they need to. So I just need to go. Okay, because I was having a hard time seeing because I would hear gunfire. And then I'd be like, where is this gunfire coming from? And next thing you know, I'm dead because I can't get a hit marker anywhere. Like, you're being hit from this side. The only other thing I really, really didn't like that I wish they would fix is the spawning.
Yeah.
So the one thing I don't like,
can be a bit wonky
I don't like that
points.
you have to like do like the pinpoint thing on the map. Like you have to move the marker. Like, so again, last proper Battlefield game I played was Battlefield 1, and that was you spawn at, whatever the fucking objective A through whatever, or you spawn in your squad and you just select. You just D-pad select. On this one, you have to like move the cursor.
Okay.
And I didn't like that. Not a huge deal. The only other thing I hated is when you spawn in, it doesn't zoom into the map and bring you in. And so like when it did that on Battlefield 1, it zoomed in and kind of showed you which way you were facing essentially.
Yeah.
In this one, it just kind of is like fades in, and I get all disoriented of which way I'm facing. And I have to,
if you're
look
spawning
around.
on a person, you'll spawn facing the same direction as that person.
Yes.
And there is like a little body cam that shows you where they are and what they're looking at.
No, that's fine. I think it was when I was spawning on like checkpoints, or not checkpoints, but fucking objectives. Yeah. So like it would so say you have a map, right? And it's like this, and you're facing, let's say it's B and A is right here. You would spawn in on Battlefield 1, it would zoom in and go like this and show you that you're facing north on A. And this one, it didn't do that. It would just kind of spawn you in. And I was like, wait, okay, where's A? And I had to look around for a second. And so it was just, it's a nitpick. It's a very, very like picky thing, but I do like that more than what it does now.
Gotcha.
So.
Okay.
Yeah, fun game. We'll be buying.
Yeah,
we'll be playing.
Me too.
We'll be streaming. And you'll be streaming this episode of the Learning Curve podcast.
Yep, I was trying to get there.
Here you go.
Only 15 minutes in before an intro.
We're getting better, and we're going to introduce ourselves too.
Oh yeah, I learned you can't win any podcast awards if you don't introduce yourselves.
We were talking at work about the podcast I do for work, and they were like, we should get a Pulitzer for this. And I was like, this is not journalism. What we're doing, this is entertainment. I think we'd get a Streamy, if anything.
Yeah.
Because we are on YouTube. And we're on YouTube here. Like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to introduce yourself?
I am Bodhi, aka Shrinky Dink, aka never gonna have an original thought again.
I'm Trade. I'm calling it.
Okay.
I'm Trade. Okay. You've seen this image.
Yeah.
And it's gonna pop up right here above my shoulder because you're gonna put it there because I'm gonna put it in the little folder. So I wanted to start a new series that I'm going to spontaneously come back to when I feel like it. And it's going to be a series on the Conspiracy Iceberg.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do various ones. You're more than welcome to also jump in and do them. But I'm gonna do various ones. Some of these ones on here, I was like, what are these? I've never heard of these before. You have to probably be deep in the QAnon chat rooms for this one. Like, what is door dogs?
Door dogs?
Door dogs.
It's when you Uber Eats a Costco hot dog.
Oh, Pope Joan?
Pope Joan?
I'm assuming that's a transgender pope.
Probably. So, sounds like it.
So anyway,
let me see this iceberg. What conspiracy theories you got on there?
So we have, I'll read it from top to bottom. This is not what I'm going to do. All of these, I will do some of these, but some of these I'm like, I don't know what these are. Okay, so if you don't know what the conspiracy theory iceberg is it represents kind of like how only 2% of the iceberg is on the top of the sea level, you can see, and then below it's 98%. So as you get deeper, it's like more.
Yeah, it's like an image just to represent the deeper down the rabbit holes you go, the crazier shit gets.
Above the water, we have Slender Man, which I don't think is a conspiracy theory. It's more of a cryptid.
Yeah.
Moon landing faked.
That's a conspiracy.
Yeah, we're never doing that one. That's too boring. Nibiru, Nibiru.
I don't think you can say that. You got to say it with an A at the end, at least.
Okay. Paul is dead.
I've heard that before.
It's
Isn't
the
that
Beatles.
like a song?
It's the Beatles thing. It's the thing that if you play the Beatles records in reverse, it says like subliminal messages. And one of the things is Paul is dead. They talk about it on one of the Spider-Man shows. It's very weird.
Interesting.
UFOs. We've actually already done that, so we're kind of ahead. This is technically the second episode then.
It's just retroactively starting a series.
Flat Earth, boring. MH370, which we are probably going to do because that is like next to sharks.
I've heard of that one too.
MH370 is the plane that disappeared over the Indian Ocean in like 2013.
Oh yeah.
That besides sharks, that's like my like hyperfixation. I love MH. I'm sad that like 200 people died. Love MH370.
I watched a video about some guy that created like a brand new type of tracking waves to try to figure out where it crashed, and then they like fucking used his software and found a piece of it somewhere because of that.
They did find a piece of it on Madagascar.
Yeah.
But that'll be saved for the actual episode because I am going to do that eventually. But I want to get it right. It's a lot of research, so it's probably something I work on for a couple months before we get it out.
Okay.
So then right under the surface, we have Pope Joan, Illuminati blood banks, and Rosicrucians. Heard of that? The next level down, we have the Despair Code, Elon Musk mind control, which is not really a conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Masonic Doomsday, which is also not really a conspiracy theory. Agenda 21. And then below that, Door Dogs. Kubrick was killed for Eyes Wide Shut, which I kind of want to watch, but I hate Stanley Kubrick with like a burning passion. So we might do that one. Agenda 21, don't know what that is. Poisonous Snow. I'm assuming that has something to do with chemtrails. It has to. Then below that, we have Bethesda created Bitcoin. Fractalization. Abiogenic oil. And then below that, we have the first two episodes in this series. Google Earth Black Zones, which we will be covering eventually.
Okay.
Because those are interesting, but I haven't read too much into them, so I want to get that right. And the one we're doing today, which is Empty Internet. So we are starting in the black area.
Is that the same as Dead Internet?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Cool, because I have physically been seeing Dead Internet.
So I have a lot in here. Well, not a lot, but I have some things in here. We'll talk about it. But yes, so today we are covering Dead Internet Theory. Empty Internet Theory, Dead Internet Theory, they're interchangeable. It falls under the Conspiracy Theory of Icebergs. And the overview of the theory is that it basically states that in about 2016, there's not really like a solid timeline for this, but 2016 kind of seems to be the big, like, convergence point that a lot of people agree on. The internet has started to consist of mainly bot activity. So that was like the tipping point, like 50.001%. Was mainly bot activity and auto-generated content manipulated by algorithms. So I'm going to come straight out on this and say that this isn't really a conspiracy theory. I think this is more so a reality. Yeah. What we do need to kind of caution is where the conspiracy theorists think this is coming from. Okay. So I think it's kind of similar to chemtrails, where it's like chemtrails really aren't a conspiracy theory. That's literally like exhaust coming out of a plane. Is it toxic? Probably. It's probably not great for the ozone layer, and it's probably not great for global warming. But I don't think it's making the frogs gay. You know what I'm like? It's like that, No,
that's the fluoride.
And I don't think that the government is intentionally releasing chemtrails to mind control us. I think that's just how a plane works. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, I don't think the idea of chemtrails is like out there, but I don't think that it leads back to the government, if that makes sense. And that's kind of what this is I do understand and believe the Dead Internet Theory, but I don't think that the causes of Dead Internet Theory are exactly sound. And we'll get to that. So the theory states that it is intentional. So that's kind of where it loses me, is that it's intentional. It's not a byproduct of advertising or brands joining social media. But the proposed intent by the conspiracy theorists is to control the population by minimizing organic human activity. And that's where you lose me, because it basically says that some people argue the main intention of the theory is perpetuated by governments to manipulate public perception. I do think that is true, because what we saw with like TikTok and the TikTok ban and Trump, like, do you remember how TikTok got banned and then Trump was like, oh, I'm going to sign the executive order, and then they put a message up that was like, thank you, President Trump.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, like, that's clearly like government propaganda. I don't think the government doesn't spend time on propaganda, but I don't think that the concept of ads being targeted to me is a product of the government, because I don't think the government really cares if I buy Nike or Adidas shoes.
Yeah, no, the government isn't.
I think they have bigger fish to fry as far as what they're manipulating and what they're not.
Yeah, the government, I don't believe, is the like leader behind dead internet theory. It's corporations.
It's corporations, yeah. I basically believe,
which are the government, so
well, yeah. I believe that it is a byproduct. I think it was kind of a weird byproduct that just works in the favor of corporations, so they do nothing about it.
Yeah.
So
can I tell you like what I've been seeing? And because for dead internet theory, it's something I learned about a few years back, and I was like, I don't really see it like in my day-to-day internet use. But over the past like couple weeks on my TikTok, I watch a lot of clips of just like different shows and movies. Like, I just like watching it, even if it's a clip I've seen before.
Yep.
I don't know, I just watch it.
Judge Judy for me.
Yeah. And on the like the like description on there, it'll say like Messi Cam is back, or like PSI won 3-0 over this other like soccer team, or like Messi got injured, Messi Cam is back. I just keep seeing these things on like clips of House, and I'm like, how is this at all what the description is? And then you open up like the comments on some of them, and it's just like 15 different accounts all commenting just like the same 3 emojis. Like, it's different between the comments, but it'll be like heart, 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 smile, 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 fire truck, fire truck, fire truck. It's just, so it's like, maybe it's just the corner of TikTok that I've weaved myself into.
No, it's not, because what you're describing, we're actually going, not that example, because that's for you, but there is an example very similar to that in here.
Yeah.
But I don't have Twitter on my iPad. I would pull it if I did, but every time I tweet something, mainly if it's like a thirst trap that I tweet, which I've actually started to not tweet thirst traps anymore. But if I post a picture of myself, like yesterday I posted a picture of myself leaving the gym because I liked my outfit. There was nothing inherently sexual about it. I get a bunch of likes from my followers, whatever. And then in my DMs, I have it set so only verified people can request to DM me, or people that follow me. So they need to follow me, and then they can request to DM me, or they need to be a paid person on Twitter to do it, because then that takes away disgusting old men.
Yeah.
I get fucking anime bots, and it's always like, hello, I have not heard from you in years. May we reconnect?
Yeah.
Hi, can we click on this link to be part of my blockchain?
Yeah.
Like, it got to the point where I was reporting them, because that was Elon Musk's whole thing, is I'm going to get rid of the bots that really weren't a problem before he came on. Spontaneously, it was like a couple, right? Or you get like fucking bombarded for like a day, and then it would be done. Now it's like just perpetual. It's gotten to the point where I was reporting them, and I've just given up. I probably have like 4,000 or 5,000 unread DMs.
Yeah, no, I've closed my DMs. Like, it, not because I had hella people DMing me, but every now and then I would just get like a wave of bots, like you were saying. For me, it was mostly on Instagram. I would just get like a wave of bots trying to DM me, and it was just annoying, so I just turned it off. It wasn't like an issue or anything, but I was just like,
no, it's just annoying to see them there and sit there, because you log on and it has like the little number at the fucking top.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I have a DM, let me check. And then it's just bot.
Yeah.
It's like, give me a person. Okay. So the origins of this theory, not where the theory was derived from, but the origins of like the perpetuation of the theory, was on a blog-like post on a forum called Agora's Road Macintosh Cafe. Fun fact, Doja Cat has a song called Agora Road.
I was about to say, I feel like I've heard Agora Road somewhere before,
it's a very good song. Very good song. It makes sense that she was in the chat rooms. She named a song called Agora's Road because this was a chat room.
Doja Cat did Dead Internet?
Dude. She was showing feet to white supremacists so she could kill the internet. Doja. Anyway, so it came from a post titled Dead Internet Theory. Most of the internet is fake by a user named Illuminati Pirate.
Okay, solid username. This is a trustworthy person.
We're off to a great start. You know what? We're hosting an event at work, and I'm not going to talk about what it is, but we're using a Microsoft Forms because we're not allowed to use Google anymore because Google's security shit. I mean, Microsoft's security shit. But Google's is like especially shit for what I do.
Just use for
what I do.
You're using this to just communicate?
No, it's a registration form for the event we're hosting.
Oh, okay.
I'm looking at I have to cap the event at 310 people myself. In fact, I probably need to go check that today. But I have to cap the event, right? And so when you go into Microsoft Forms, you can view the responses kind of in like widgets, if that makes sense, or you can view it in a spreadsheet, a live spreadsheet. Mm-hmm. It doesn't download to your desktop. It's just like a live, like on browser web sheet. And I have to look at that too every day because we have some high profile people that are coming that I need to like pull out of that spreadsheet and put into a different spreadsheet so we can reserve seats and put like name placards on the seats. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the people in there are signing up with emails like fucking butt muncher 69, like come in my titties 43. It's like,
dude, there's
like, and if you know what I do for work, like you should not
funny.
be doing that. First name, last name, gmail.com.
Yeah, dude, there's like, I look at people's emails a lot too for my job, and there's always like, oh god, there was one that I saw where I was like, we need to check this guy's hard drive. I think the email was like cutelittlegirls12@gmail.com.
That's the whole thing.
And I was like, okay, we need to, I'm just gonna anonymously report this to the FBI. Don't worry about it.
That reminds me, today at the gym, I have a dilemma.
Okay.
This was a what would you do John Quinones situation, and I think I failed, but I want your opinion.
My name is John Quinoa. What would you do?
John Quinones.
Yeah.
Okay. Couple at the gym. Woman's there every day. She never says anything to me, but I see her there every day. Mm-hmm. She brings her husband on the weekends. Her husband looks like a fucking felon.
Okay.
He runs on the treadmill in a way that I can only describe as like the Hulk. Like it is like it kind of like okay, so you know how the guys who never work legs walk? Yeah, like that, like
their lats just don't go down ever,
but they don't have lats. It's just they don't work anything and they just look ridiculous. They don't have lats. They have lats visually because they have no legs, but if they had legs it would even out and you would look like a normal human being. So he walks like that, right? He wears a white shirt to the gym and he fucking sweat. It's just a normal white shirt. It's not like a polyester white shirt, so he sweats through it and you can see through it. It's disgusting. He slicks his hair back, so felon, right? He literally looks like he dresses like he's coming from San Quentin. Runs on the treadmill like stomping and grunting, and I'm like, dude, if you can't run normally, you're running too fast. Like you're not even sprinting, you're like stomping, and he sprints with his legs spread like he has a strap in there. Not a gun, like a strap, like a fucking like 12-inch dildo between his legs. And it's like, I know you don't, like you're 5'5", like I know you don't. So they're doing their thing. I'm on the stairs. They go into the like ab room kind of thing, like the core room. I'm in there doing Russian twists, and they're in there doing the thing where you like one person's like laying on the ground and they're with the medicine ball and they're like, one person's standing over them and they're throwing it back. Yeah. And he's being kind of like verbally abusive to her. Like a little bit verbally abusive to her. Not like I should call the police, but like, What
was he saying? Was he just like work bitch?
Kind of like he was being kind of rude to her.
Okay.
And so she's also diabetic.
How do you know she's diabetic?
She has the
like pump. Okay.
Not the pump. It's like it's because you have to take your blood sugar.
Yeah.
They have a thing now where it's a permanent implant, and it kind of square for like vendors. It looks like one of those, and it's just a permanent insert in your arm.
Okay.
And it just sits on the back of your arm, and then you just have an app on your phone, and it can read at any time. Okay. So I know she's diabetic because of that, but she's also pretty petite herself. So either I don't know what, you can't tell what type of diabetes someone has, but I have a hard time believing it's a diabetes from weight problems, because she doesn't have like any loose skin or anything like that, and she has tattoos. So those would be distorted if she was like super big before and lost a bunch of weight.
So you're speculating it's the type that you're born with?
Yeah.
Or like genetic problems?
That's not important, but I'm just, yapping. He's being verbally abusive to her a little bit. And I'm kind of like, I have my headphones on and they're noise canceling, but I'm like, I turned the noise cancellation off just because I was like,
and he's like, work diabetic bitch.
Yeah, essentially, effectively, right?
Okay.
And you could tell that she was struggling, probably because she's diabetic, and like what they were doing was pretty labor intensive. I know she also carries around oranges with her in the gym.
Okay.
So I was like, should I say something? And then I realized they both had Blue Lives Matter tattoos. And I said, whatever happens, happens. And I went back to what I was doing. Was I in the right for doing that?
I mean, I personally just don't get involved in business like that to begin with.
I've stopped like a potential kidnapping before, and I've told you that story.
Yeah, if something like that happens where you're like, this person is being kidnapped, that's fine. But if someone's just like saying work, you diabetic bitch, at like a gym, maybe that's just their relationship. Maybe that's how he motivates her. Maybe
it's like a kink thing. Either way, it was kind of like, at first I was worried, and then I saw the tattoos and I was like, you deserve each other.
They go home and she beats him.
They beat each other. Honestly, relationship goals. Need a little bit of toxicity like that. Anyway, back to dead internet theory. So user Illuminati Prime.
Illuminati Prime?
Pirate, sorry.
I was about to say, when does this bitch turn into an Autobot?
The user claimed to have essentially amalgamated multiple partial theories. So he kind of was like doing no work. He had no original thoughts, much like you.
Me as fuck, yeah.
And was just like, wait a minute, this is similar to this and this and this, but no one was like talking to each other. So he kind of just...
He's that clip from Always Sunny with like the fucking red strings on the walls.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he kind of brought everything together. He claimed to have amalgamated multiple partial theories and posts and discussions from other forums, such as Wizard Chan.
Wizard Chan. Yeah. I've heard of 4chan, 5chan. So
that's
never Wizard Chan.
On here, I have a little point that says we need to discuss the ethics of these fucking boards, because what are you talking? What is Wizard Chan? Like,
what is Wizard Chan? Did you look into it at all?
Let's look it up. I have this iPad for a reason, guys. I'm an iPad kid now. I've been an iPad kid, but we're gonna have the iPad as permanent props now. If you're watching,
what's that shit called? Image and Image, when you got like the video playing in the corner.
Yeah,
just got Subway Surfers up there.
Yeah. Maybe if we do that for our YouTube videos, they'll get more views.
You know who the guy on the treadmill reminds me of? You ever, when he's running, you ever see Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs? That like animated DreamWorks movie? You know the cop when he's like sprinting across the street?
Yes, that's what he looks like. Okay, so if I Google Wizard Chan, he's a 36-year-old Nigerian singer-songwriter. So I'm gonna Google.
I don't think that's it.
Yeah, I'm gonna Google Wizard Chan forum and probably put myself on a watch list.
You get fired tomorrow.
Oh, here we go. There's a website called All Chans, and it actually tells you what every Chan is.
Okay.
Oh my god, there's a 13 Chan.
Yeah, the higher the Chan number goes, the worse it gets.
Well, 4chan got banned, and then they got 8chan.
4chan's still around.
It got banned in the US.
Yeah.
Now they have 8chan.
Not doing much for people.
It looks like now there's 13chan. There's also 90.
I would just
stop. Sorry, I had to stop because there's homicide on 94chan.
Yeah. No, I'm telling you, the higher the Chan number goes, the worse it gets.
Okay.
Shout out Chris Chan.
Wizard Chan is a Japanese-inspired image board for male virgins to share their thoughts and discuss their interests and lifestyle as a virgin. It's an incel.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're all incel forums, but Wizard Chan is just, I guess, if you also like magic tricks.
Well, let's see. The name of our website isn't not the user submitted bio. This is a fucking voter information guide. The name... I need to show you a voter information guide. Person after this, remind me, like, seriously. The fact that we were allowed as a state to publish what I read on this, I was like, we could be facing hate crime charges as a state. The name of our website is inspired by the wizard meme, which refers to someone who has maintained his virginity past the age of 30. Sir Isaac Newton would have fucked with these forums.
It's the whole like semen retention thing. I know what they're talking about.
Do they not come?
Yeah, no. So you know the whole like
how do you
thing
not
with No Nut November? It's like, oh, if you hold your cum, you start getting powers and shit like that.
No, I just blow a load that lasts like a minute and a half.
Well, yeah, you don't actually get powers, but it's just like a meme that goes around every November.
In contrast to other image boards, Wizard Chan is dedicated exclusively to people who have no sexual experience. Okay, so this is what Wizard Chan looks like.
Yep, that's exactly the type of clientele I was picturing for that. Okay, Wizard Chan, just another incel.
Yeah, here's a Nazi otter.
Lovely.
Awesome. Okay, so
one modem of pussy, and you immediately stop becoming a Nazi. Believe it or not.
Get all the Republicans.
Gym, take a shower,
wash your
be
butt.
a normal person.
Anyway, so the fact that such a reasonable conspiracy theory came from this is a little shocking to me. Because normally what we have is Hillary Clinton is eating children after molesting them with Bill Clinton in a pizza restaurant. But this is like something very factually based. Mm-hmm. Very interesting. The first high-profile coverage of dead internet theory, where it kind of got like a little bit of mainstream traction, was mainly from YouTube channels, people doing little things like we're doing. Mm-hmm. But it eventually made its way to The Atlantic in an article called "Maybe You Missed It, but the Internet Died 5 years ago." The article details a series of tweets that came from separate accounts, all with various feminine-oriented handles. Now, The Atlantic is a paid subscription, so I did not read the full article, but from the little like blurb that I got from it, it seemed they didn't define what feminine-oriented handles meant. But I'm assuming like butterfly fairy, you know, something like stuff that you would associate with femininity.
Oh, I was just gonna say like it's probably just a woman first name.
Yeah, or that. Yeah. So a bunch of feminine oriented handles with the same pink orb as a profile picture tweeted a series of tweets that essentially followed this model. It was, I hate texting, comma, and then fill in the blank. So it'd be like, I hate texting, give me a call instead. I hate texting, I prefer in-person conversations. I hate texting, it's so impersonal.
Okay, just engagement bait.
Yeah, like, you know, those slop tweets, like that, you know, this is the best thing that Apple has ever invented.
Yeah, and it's the exact same phone they've been putting out for the last 10 years.
It's the thing where it's like the feature where it's like when you get a code on to text, it like autofills it.
Oh, yeah.
People tweet that as like engagement bait. So it's essentially engagement baiting, right? All of these tweets had multiple tens of thousands of likes, and they were all interacting with each other. Mm-hmm. So it was just seemingly these like blank profiles interacting with each other. The article questions if this is really a pattern amongst young, presumably women, or if it was bot activity. So that kind of brings us to the dead internet theory, because it basically was like, we can't confirm or deny because this is such an isolated incident.
Yeah.
But that brings us to what the theory is. So the theory comes in two parts. First, that bots create most of the content that we see, and that it is more so than human created content. So at very minimum, 50.01% of content on the internet is created, consumed, and regurgitated by bots. This is possibly supported when you take into Google search curation, because when you search something with Google, first and foremost, now more than ever, you get Google AI, which is a fucking bot. And then you get a bunch of sponsored links, right? When you start going into pages 2 or 3, like a little bitch, you'll notice that a lot of the links don't work.
Okay.
I did not test this, but I have before experienced this myself when I was doing research, that once you get to page like 3, it really is useless. There's nothing there. It just starts giving you random shit that is not like, you know, I did research on criminal justice, right? And my research was on sex trafficking. So I would Google stuff like sex trafficking statistics or whatever that I needed. And by the time I got to page 4, it was like, here's a statistics article Here's an article on sex. Here's an article on traffic. So
one more lane and we can fix sex trafficking.
Right, exactly. This carpool lane, sex trafficking lane. It would really, really just help, especially in Fresno.
Sex traffickers only between the hours of 3 and 7.
Monday through Friday. But yeah, so this is called link rot, right? When those links are either misleading,
yeah,
or they don't work. You click on something that you think is an article and it's just a fucking blog post that's like, this does not help me.
Just like the domain switched or it hasn't been maintained or something like that. It happens all the time.
We actually,
nothing unusual.
At work, for what I do, that is actually part of my job. Is I have to prevent link rot at work. I have to make sure that nothing changes, and I have to go through the whole thing. Like, once I have a huge spreadsheet, it's a pain in my ass. But even on academic websites, this is becoming a problem. So, I know that you haven't been in school for a while, but you know how when you are in school, you can go to your school's library's website and use like a search bar there, and then it will bring up like all the academic articles.
Yeah.
When I got to page 2 or 3, those were completely fucking useless. Like, the search engine would break down. It wouldn't give me anything relevant to what I was searching. It would just give me articles with those words in it.
Yeah, there's if you want to on Google search like a specific phrase, it will give you everything that matches one word in that phrase. There is a way to get it to search exactly what you are saying
Quotations.
And contain all of that. Yeah, it's like quotations and plus
but
signs.
Even
I haven't
then,
done that.
But even
I think
then,
that's how it is.
It still is broken because we were in grad school. You're taught how to do that. It's past page 2, maybe like the second half of page 2. Past that, nothing. It's just absolute garbage. It doesn't give you anything realistic. It just shoves everything that you need to the front, and even then, it's like only a few articles, right?
Yeah.
And it's not like I was Googling something niche, like, the ethnographic studies of sex traffickers. I was Googling like how many people are sex trafficked in California. Like, that's a really broad topic that we should have stuff on. So, the theory argues that resources like Google are, I think they're called Potapkin villages. I think that's how you pronounce it. These are villages, think like the USSR or North Korea. You know how they build like fake villages, and like pretty much all of Pyongyang is like fake.
Okay.
You know that big, have you ever seen like the skyline of Pyongyang?
No.
Okay, so there's a big like hotel. I'm going to show you a picture of it because it's actually like, it's one of the more recognizable buildings. But essentially it argues the villages basically are like shams. Like, they're just exteriors. There's nothing inside them.
Okay.
You know that Safetyville thing that we have here?
Yeah.
It's like that. Like, that's a Patonkan village. Like, it's just like a shell or like a mini golf course.
Okay.
So it's just meant to look like that. How do you spell
I have no idea what that Safetyville thing is, by the way. I just always see signs for it.
It's like a...
Is it just like a building around an oil pump or something?
No, it's it's sponsored by SMUD. It's like a thing to like teach kids like safety.
So we have 2 SMUD propaganda buildings in town.
We do have 2 SMUD propaganda. We have 3 actually, because we have that big ugly one that looks like a fucking server.
What? Which one is that?
It's out near like the Highway 16.
Oh.
It's like right by it's past Safetyville.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, this is not loading. Oh wait, here it is.
All I'm gonna say, if I had to pick between PG&E and SMUD, I'll pick SMUD. Like,
oh yeah, they don't blow up your kids. This.
Okay.
So this is a hotel in Pyongyang.
Looks like the Camino Death Dart from episode 2.
Kind of, right? There's nothing inside that.
Okay.
The floors are just concrete slabs.
Hell yeah.
There's no infrastructure inside that. It's literally just a sham to get people to think that like North Korea is like a developed country that has all this great stuff. Okay. They also have that on the border of North Korea. So right over the border from South Korea, they have like a village that looks really nice. And at night, they like, in Home Alone, when he had like the fucking like mannequins like in the wind, like they do that shit. So it's to give the illusion. So the theory argues that basically like Google and all these other like resources on the internet, like Twitter, are like that. They promote that they have people on them and there's no one there.
Yeah.
So this leads us into the second part. So if that part is true, it means that the content we consume is intentionally limited or curated artificially for us. And that leads us into the second part, which is who's curating this stuff. So proponents of the theory argue that it's the government and corporations and other actors intentionally limiting content, essentially gaslighting the world population. Again, I don't really see a benefit for the government in doing this. Maybe a full-on authoritarian government like Russia or North Korea. Not that the US doesn't have an authoritarian government now, but at the end of the day, everyone here is a capitalist. And I don't think that the DOJ, the NSA, the CIA cares if I order a Nike or Adidas when I search shoes on Google.
I mean, capitalism and authoritarianism go hand in hand.
They go hand in hand. I can definitely see, like, if I were to Google, like, Kent State Massacre, maybe not as many things show up.
Yeah, we're starting to get our own, like, Tiananmen squares.
Yeah, that I believe. But that's not necessarily dead internet. That's censorship. Which, adjacent, sure, but the same thing now. Corporations, on the other hand, I also don't understand.
I think dead internet depends a lot on which service, like, you are actively using.
Right.
Like, something like TikTok, like I said, I could definitely see dead internet having, like, an impact there. But something like YouTube or Twitch, where I'm going to those sites to watch, like, real people who have made stuff or are live streaming,
right,
like, I don't see a whole lot of dead internet there, aside from just, like, bots that are on every site,
right,
that, like, comment shit.
So the second part of the theory suggests that this is purposeful, right? So what is the benefit of someone causing this is my question.
I think the easiest way for me to talk about it would just be TikTok again.
Okay.
Like, you curate your own algorithm, right?
Right.
So you just have, like, a fleet of bots that post or repost or, like, fucking download someone's video, mirror it, and repost it,
right,
of just, like, everything. Eventually, you are going to come across one of these bot accounts. Maybe you don't realize it's a bot account. You like the post. So that tells the algorithm, like, okay, he likes these types of posts from these types of users. They start giving you more and more of that, and then you're just further engaged. You're on it for longer. You scroll past more ads. Like, maybe you see something in the TikTok shop and you buy that. It's all just engagement to keep people on the website.
Okay.
Just like everything else.
That makes sense, I think. Okay. So some experts in cybersecurity and technology call the theory paranoia. Most people in the cybersecurity space recognize legitimate concerns, but write off that second part of, like, intentionality for no specific reason. They just, in 2024, dead internet theory kind of came back with the introduction of the hyperpopularity of generative pre-trained transformers, which you may know as as GPTs. Which are a large class of large language models, LLMs, that produce human-like content. In 2022, some scholar from the Copenhagen Institute for Futures Studies said that if LLMs were to be cut loose, like open sourced, like ChatGPT is right now, 99 to 99.9% of the content on the internet would be AI generated by 2025 to 2030.
Yeah,
and this was said in 2022.
Happening. Yeah,
so not looking good. Yeah, not looking great. In 2024, Google admitted that its AI info function seemed like it was a rapid cycle of curating results for a search engine and then using that function to train itself to curate results, and then so on and so forth in a vicious cycle. So, ChatGPT Googles something for you,
Yeah.
And so it needs to get certain results, and Google recognizes that it's a bot Googling it, so it gives it a curated. It's like, have you seen the videos of like the two AI callers?
Yeah.
Like that. It's just like they recognize what the other needs, and just nothing gets curated for humans anymore. It's all curated for bots. And it basically goes into this like loop of self-replicating prompts, because of the prolific rise in LLMs. It runs the risk of the models running into each other and beginning a conversation where they just regurgitate the same shit, like we saw in that example with Twitter or TikTok, where it's just, you know, the same post over and over and over and over again. The consequences of AI and all of this are really, really prominent, because when we only consume like AI with like its, you know, summary shit and it's like dumbed downness of everything, people forget how to like write and read like a human.
Mm-hmm.
So then we start interacting with things like a bot.
Yeah.
Because that's what we're consuming on the internet.
Yeah.
And when all we see is AI content, which is not trained well, we emulate that ourselves. And that's kind of what's happening with like kids and like being antisocial. So a study from 2016 revealed that a survey of about 16.7 billion visits from 100,000 randomly selected domains found that 52% were bots. So that was back in 2016. 52%. That was 9 years ago. So
does it say like what type of bots or what they were doing or anything?
No, just visits to the website.
Okay.
And then certain companies are hitting back. So Reddit, I don't know if you heard about this, they closed off their API.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't close it off. They put a paywall up for it. So that it wasn't open, which means that most AI companies can't train LLMs on Reddit.
Yeah, that's what I was going to bring up. Prior to LLMs, a lot of the bots that we had online were just like in the Reddit example. A lot of people do not like the mobile app for Reddit, whether they think it's clunky or not or whatever.
They use like Apollo, don't they?
Huh?
They use like Apollo.
There's so many different like Reddit API apps, and all API is like on your phone when you go to check the weather. Apple is not out there with the fucking thermometer and then beaming the information to you. The app, any app on your phone, is not like a built-in program. It's just it's like essentially just like a reskinned website, and then it just pulls all the data from an API.
It says on there, it's like the info is pulled from, if you scroll to the bottom, it'll say like info is pulled from Weather Channel or something like that, or the National Weather Institute.
Yeah, so that's what API is. It's just
weather data.
Somebody has this information, and instead of you needing to collect that information yourself, you just say, oh, I can use their information. Right. And then it just relays that information through an API. Yeah. And before LLMs, that's what a lot of bots were. It was just like fetching APIs. Yeah. So it makes sense why 2016, 52% of domain visits are bots. It's probably all just API fetching.
We are seeing a rise in companies fight back against AI, and it pains me to be on their side, but I have to be. Like Disney is actively suing people for using its AI or using its content to train AI. And it's like, I never supported the mouse, but this time I got to, just because I don't think that people should be doing that, because again, you're not, it dumbs down the human created content. It's just it dilutes it, and then it's going to keep diluting it, because then those AIs are going to get trained on other AIs. I know that Universal currently, any Universal film that releases, I think as of this year, at the end of the credits now has a disclaimer that says, we do not authorize any of this content on the screen for the entire runtime of the movie to be trained, or to be used to be trained for AI.
Interesting.
Forgot to plug in my laptop. So now Universal doesn't allow people to train AIs using their content, which they're doing it for IP purposes.
Yeah.
But there is benefits in that we're not perpetuating bots just, taking stuff, because for example, when you, I'm trying to word this right, but when you generate something on ChatGPT, right? If you're like, draw me a picture of a Corvette on a beach,
Mm-hmm.
and then it draws you a picture of a Corvette on the beach, and it's like a, you know, bright ass day, and the Corvette's pink,
Okay.
and then you say, draw me a red Corvette on a cloudy beach.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to use what it already created to do the next thing, and it looks even less realistic every time because it's now using the first iteration was what it was trained off of. Pictures of Corvettes, pictures at beaches, and now it's saying, okay, I got the scenario right, I just need to fine tune it, so I'm going to use what I did to refine it. And then now you're training AI, you're generating AI content off of a training that it got from itself.
Yeah, I don't think that's always going to lead to a degradation in the quality of work, training AI off of the AI, because over the past, how long has it been prevalent? Like, has it been 2 years at this point? Just a year and a half, maybe?
Generative AI?
Yeah.
Like 2022.
Okay,
So
yeah.
3
So,
years.
like, over the past few years, it has, like, exploded with how good it is, and
Right.
it keeps getting better. Like, the best example is that, like, Will Smith eating spaghetti video.
Yeah.
Like, it's only going to get better. So I don't think it'll always lead to a degradation in work, even if it trains off of itself.
But the idea is that it's like it's curating work based off of itself, so now it thinks that that people want that.
Yeah.
Like it thinks that other people are bots, essentially.
Yeah.
And so when you get to content online away from, you know, pictures, right? When you go to Google search something, or when you go to, you know, scroll through Twitter, it's giving you slop. It's giving you just random regurgitated shit.
Yeah.
That no one wants and no one's asking for, and it can't figure out what people want because it's not a human.
I mean, it'll figure it out eventually. Like, we already have algorithms in, like, every app that figures out what you want pretty easily.
Yeah, but I've noticed lately, going back to TikTok, that the TikTok algorithm is kind of fucked.
The TikTok algorithm is, like, probably the best one there is.
It is the best one, but what I've noticed is that every now and again, I'll like a post, and then my entire feed will become that.
Yeah.
And it's like, normally it doesn't do that. It's like a gradual, like, okay, you like that, okay, we'll give you this, and if you like that, then we'll give you a little bit more, and we'll give you a little bit more.
No, yeah, the TikTok algorithm, once you like something, it does go overkill on what that is.
Right. And that's what I'm saying is, like, it used to be very good, where it would give me a wide variety. Like now, because I watched, like I said, I watched the Judge Judy episodes on TikTok. Now I'll scroll like 7 times and it's just Judge Judy, and it's like, I like other things, other than Judge Judy. Like, I like outfit inspos on TikTok, I like funny things on TikTok, I like cooking videos on TikTok, but it doesn't give me any of that. Like, there's people that I follow that I just don't see their content for like months, and then all of a sudden it will like give me one of their videos, I'll like it, and then my entire feed is their thing.
The TikTok algorithm is very easily manipulable,
right,
through just like you liking stuff. The not interested button is also really good for that. You hit that and like that stuff stops showing up and it goes back to what it was showing you before. Try to figure out what you're in the mood for.
At the end of the day, I think the issue here is that we're kind of past a point of no return. Because you played Cyberpunk, right?
I was going to eventually talk about like Cyberpunk and the Black Wall.
What I understand from Cyberpunk, because I don't play it, is that dead internet theory essentially happened, and then they had to build a second internet.
Kind of. So in Cyberpunk, there's this thing called the AI Wars, where so at some point in the Cyberpunk timeline, you can essentially, like the Matrix, like plug into the internet and become a part of it. The people who do that are called net runners. They can like walk between networks, they can interact with different things and stuff like that. And there were AIs that were built and used as weapons by a lot of the corporations to go after other corporations, go after netrunner networks, whatever it is. And then there was a big war that happened between all of the AIs and the net runners. And then they built the black wall, which is essentially like a big ass firewall to contain all the AIs on that side, or to keep themselves in, depending on how you look at it, to like seal themselves off from all of those AIs. So the internet went from being the internet down to only like 2% of what it was in that space. The other 98% of it, you eventually cross the black wall and go into that point a little bit. It's just rampant malignant AI. And you can use the black wall in one of the missions. I don't remember if it's Phantom Liberty or not. I think it's in the base game, but yeah, it's essentially just the AI just took over the internet. It started warring with people, and then we had to kind of like seal off a section of the internet and hide there to be safe from them.
Gotcha. I mean, this is not a new theory though. Like Cyberpunk did not pull that out of thin air, because I sound like a broken
AI have been a thing for like fucking ever.
Well, I sound like a broken record at this point, but in Foundation, they use computers, but they don't use robots, because basically what happened is like after 20,000 or so years here on Earth, we had like robots. So I don't know if you know this, but the iRobot movie is an Asimov adaptation. iRobot is a series, and that's all of his books are in the same universe. They're just at different points in time.
Okay.
So in iRobot, I've never read or watched iRobot, so I have no idea what happens. But I do know what happens sort of because of Foundation. But in Foundation, they basically are like, yeah, humans and robots like live side by side, but then the robots went bad because they were trained by humans who are bad people. And we had to kill all the robots, and now robots are illegal. Like if you have a robot, it's very bad. And so that's like the whole thing with like Foundation. And in Dune, they don't use robots. Like they had a whole AI war.
Yeah.
And so it's like, it's not a new theory. And so that's like the whole thing is like, I do think we're past the point of no return.
Yeah.
On this. Like we have to accept that there has to either be like a new black wall. We're going to have to probably build a black wall eventually.
Well, I don't know how it happened in Cyberpunk, but there's no way to separate our internet from like the bots now, or the bots from our internet. They're just so ingrained in everything you do, whether it's, like I said, as simple as just like an API pool, or AI now just like Googling things for you, which is essentially just another API pool.
Right.
I don't know how we would separate those two things. Like, building an entire new internet would be impossible for us to do, because of just like the different protocols we use, like all of the cable you'd have to lay across the bottom of the oceans to connect everybody again. Like, the only way we get rid of everything is if like all of the electricity on Earth just goes away, and then we, instead of using electricity, find like some new form of energy that's just as effective, and we build everything based off that form of energy. Like, we would have to reinvent everything to get rid of bots. I just don't think it's possible.
Let's see what Reddit has to say about this.
Great.
On the topic of not having any original thoughts, this thread I'm on says, is dead internet theory a solvable problem? Can we somehow create a second new internet that doesn't have rampant AI?
Dude, okay.
I think about Cyberpunk 2077's Black Wall.
On the topic of how to get rid of bots, and relating it to a topic we talked about 2 episodes ago, I would say photo identification. That's one way you could do it. Upload your ID to access the internet. However, people in the UK have been getting around that by using screen caps of Norman Reedus from Death Stranding. I found out. They're just uploading, or just like Googling pictures of people and just uploading that too. So there's no verification. It's just looking at a picture of a person, being like, this is a person, and then allowing them access to whatever was ID blocked. The Norman Reedus one is especially funny to me though, just because it's a testament to how good Kojima games are.
Let's see here. I'm opening up the wiki for Dead. See if there's a solutions tab.
Reddit didn't have any answers.
No, they were all arguing with each other.
Oh,
Holy shit, there really is no.
there's no solutions
There's
tab.
no solutions tab. Okay, let's see here.
All right, well, that's it.
So
Internet's dead. Bye bye.
I hate to do it, but
What are the people in Reddit arguing about? Let's hear some of that.
okay. Well, okay. One response says, "Is there no way to create open source community run platforms for video, social media, and search engines?" Question mark.
Is there no way to create open source platforms?
Community run platforms for video, social media.
I mean,
Funding through donations, feature updates through voting, create a network of apps and websites that bypass big tech. Old-fashioned index sites could help people find these sites and apps without the use of big search engines. Just a few thoughts. Can anyone shed light on the feasibility of creating such platforms? Thank you, Orange Scented Fish.
yeah, the second you make it open source, which I have no problem with open source programs. I use a lot of open source programs. OBS and Kden are the two that I use mostly. Visual Studio Code, another open source program that I am going to be using in the near future. I love open source programs. They're great. They work well. They are often funded through community donations. But if it's open source, the source code's out there, you're still going to have bots.
Yeah.
Like, you cannot be open source and bot free at the same time.
So Nate Arizona 909 says, I'm doxing people, sorry.
Okay. Oh, also, one more thing about having like a platform be open source. The programs that I use, I am not interacting with other people on them. It is just me using those to do some sort of task. You make it open source, you have people with like accounts on there or anything. It's open source. The source code, the heart of the fucking platform is on full display. It is going to immediately get breached.
Right. Okay. So Nate Arizona 909 says the problem isn't the internet. The problem is human nature, and people have been trying to fix that unsuccessfully for thousands of years now. Don't hold your breath.
That's what they're talking about.
That's an upvote. Oop, I just upvoted a post from 1 year ago.
Oh no.
Let's see. Automatic Deal 4039 says yes, it's called the blockchain.
Unfortunately, he is right. There's no bots on the blockchain because it's just numbers and tracking.
Okay.
Like, I hate to give it.
Drone 314 says when the great filter comes, we will start over from scratch.
Great filter. I feel like I've heard that before.
Great filter.
I don't think it's talking about the internet.
Well, the great filter is a thing about life, like evolution. Oh, same thing, I guess. Okay. The great filter is an idea that in the development of life from the earliest stages of abiogenesis to reaching the highest levels of development on the Kardashev scale, there is a barrier to development that makes detectable extraterrestrial life exceedingly rare.
Oh, okay.
So, don't really know how that relates to this. Let's see. Ad for OpenAI. Ad Any287 says just have people click on all the squares that contain the image of a bus before they do anything to prove they're human.
So just capture anything. That would be so fucking annoying.
I'm
not gonna lie. I get captures wrong sometimes.
A deleted user says we just need more proof of human verification, which unfortunately might require paying a small amount to start a social media account. So if AI keeps making a bunch of spam accounts, the person behind it ends up wasting all their money.
I can see where he's coming from, though.
But the point of social media is to be like a free town square. Yeah,
that, and I don't think it might slow it down a little bit, but it's not going to stop it, because you get one bot account, you have it generate some revenue through however Twitter gives money to people, or like TikTok does it through like views and shit, that account gets banned. They made the money off the first bot to just make a new one. It's not going to be an insane amount of money either. It would be like $5 or something like that. So, like, I don't know. The only thing I could think of would require like kernel level scans whenever you're accessing a website. But like,
I think
instead
that
of banning like accounts or uh IP addresses, ban the hardware.
yeah,
That's what I always say about like cheating in games too. Is like if like Riot, for example, has kernel level anti-cheat. So at the very, very, very like bottom of your operating system, in the tiniest particles, their anti-cheat is scanning to see if you have any cheats. Doesn't really work the best. There's a lot of cheaters in Valorant. But kernel level anti-cheat is what a lot of games are doing now. Battlefield 6, kernel level anti-cheat. Still people cheating in that though. But it is the best solution for cheaters to like detect cheaters that I've heard of so far. Once you detect a cheater though, instead of banning the account or just banning that IP address, because you can just spoof your IP address, you can make a new account, hardware ban them. Like every PC has like a unique MAC address, like your phone does, your laptop does, your iPad does, and that address is needed when you're connecting to something.
right.
So just fucking ban that MAC address. And unless you want to buy like a new part or something,
Yeah.
like that's the easiest way to get rid of that shit. You detect a bot, ban the hardware.
So here's another take that I think is like ultra libertarian, but probably pretty true. I believe in a push-pull yin-yang. When one side starts dominating, the other side will adapt. It's true with politics and technology. We are going to get to a point where we only obtain information from trusted humans, such as instead of reading Wall Street Journal, you start following a specific journalist that you know is human and writes human content themselves without AI or bots. The market will adapt, and so will people. There is definitely transitioning periods where it's a mix of the two, but people will adapt and find a way. Then eventually there will be an adaptation from the other side.
Yeah,
I think
that's most
I
likely.
hate to agree with a libertarian like that, but I do kind of agree, because I do consume like the SAC-B, and I do consume KCRA3 News, but like my go-to journalist is Jamel Bowie for national politics. So, like I look to him and I see what's going on. Like on TikTok, there's people on TikTok that I follow specifically for the news.
Yeah.
Because I know that like they're on TikTok, their face is there, they are not a bot, they're like very a real person.
Yeah, that it's the same for me. Any like updates for League of Legends or set releases for Magic or things involving politics, I don't read like articles or go to the main company that's putting that out unless I'm looking for like an update on like a release date. Then I'll go to the main company. But if I want to learn information about something, that's what I've been doing for forever. I just go to somebody that knows that.
Right. Okay, here's another one. This one's pretty interesting. So this one says, one way to solve this issue, this is Shadowrun456, shout out Shadowrun. One way to solve this issue would be to create a second internet, not like Blackwall, but this is, just got to kind of stick here with it for a second, where every interaction would cost something, whether computationally or financially. This would make running any botnet prohibitively expensive and would work regardless of what technology, AI, etc. the botnet uses. Would it be perfect to solve all problems? Of course not, but it would be a very great start. The idea itself is actually decades old and was originally created to fight email spam. The idea was to modify the email protocol in such a way that to send an email, the user would need to perform X amount of calculations. For example, the amount of which would require is 1 gigahertz processor, 1 second to perform. This way, sending one email will take 1 second, but sending millions of emails would quickly get prohibitively more expensive. The only reason why it wasn't adopted is because it would have also affected legitimate spammers, i.e. newsletters, the same concept. The letter was The latter was improved and adopted in Bitcoin and many other cryptocurrencies and is known as mining.
Yeah, I was about to say that's just mining. I can see that being a solution, but graphics cards are already expensive enough as is. Like, it's just going to make the hardware more expensive to access the second, like, bot-free net. Anytime you add layers of friction to something like that, it's just going to turn people off from it. And I think that is enough layer of a friction to where this second internet based around a computational cost would not take off.
Yeah.
Like, nobody would move to that, unfortunately, although that is also a good idea.
So it looks like, just going off this, pretty much everyone is just saying make a second internet that costs money to use.
Yeah, honestly, it's like the only solution.
I want to go back to what you were saying about the whole, like, you know, ID thing where you like might have to like start IDing yourself as a human. Again, we've talked about the dangers with governments, having access to that. I do think that
your government already has access to your ID.
Well, that's the whole thing. As speaking from first person experience, the amount of information a government has on you based off of your first name, your last name, and your date of birth,
is all of your information.
Is insane.
Yeah.
If you knew the type of access to someone's first, last name, and date of birth that gives you in a criminal database, every number, email, social handle, anything that you can think of related to any type of investigation that has ever been done on you, these agencies talk to each other.
Yeah.
When you go and you get arrested, right? When you get arrested and the cops look into, your social media, that's logged. And the cops are giving that information to the FBI, and the FBI is giving that information to the NSA, and the NSA is spying on people on Twitter. They're looking for, words like bombs and airplanes in the same post.
Or the same sentence.
Or the same
episode
sentence.
Of a podcast, perhaps.
Episode of a podcast, right? But my point is that, the NSA collects that data. The CIA does its own, operations and stuff. And they're all talking to each other. And they're all more than happy to share that information with each other, despite what movies and TV shows will have you believe about them being standoffish towards each other. If there's a mutually beneficial arrangement between them, they're so happy.
Yeah.
The Sacramento County Sheriff's Department got caught sending license plate data back to Texas regarding their abortion bill.
Yeah.
Like, there's no benefit from that. Texas was not paying them to do that. They were just willingly giving up that information.
Yeah.
They had to be told not to do that.
I don't think people are concerned with governments having your ID, because your government is the one who issues your ID. Well, the concern they have is with corporations having that kind of
corporations having it, but also governments knowing what you're accessing. Because so that's the whole thing. So let's take Pornhub, for example, right? So Pornhub in Texas and Florida, you have to have an ID to get into it.
I thought it was completely banned there. I'm pretty sure porn in general is completely banned in Texas and Florida.
No, I think you just need to have age verification to get into it. I can look that. Either way, there are states where you have to have age verification, right? I don't want the government knowing what kind of porn I'm watching.
Man, I don't care if they know what kind of porn I'm watching, unless because I don't look at anything illegal. Like, if I was...
It's not about being illegal, but let's take... Okay, so the Supreme Court's taken up Obergefell again this year.
Yeah.
If that gets overturned, and they go so far as to overturn, I forget what it's called, Lawrence or something like that, there are 22 states that still have sodomy laws on the books that would go into effect. So, in theory, a state with a sodomy law could look up someone's internet activity, see that they're watching gay sex, and now that sodomy is criminalized, that person's under investigation because they're consuming that type. You see what I'm saying? It's just a slippery slope. Nonetheless, my point about the government ID thing, like the age verification, is I think a lot of the problems, especially with sites like 4chan and 8chan and WizardChan and Ku Klux Chan, are that the internet's anonymous. You can be anyone. You sure, if you put
even right now it's not as anonymous as you think.
If you put in the effort, you can find out who people are.
Yeah.
But the amount of people that are willing and capable to do that, minuscule. If the government, sure. But if I'm getting trolled by like a bot online, not a bot, like a asshole online, I probably could find out who they are myself. But I'm not going to. Like, I don't gain anything from it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you can be whoever you want to be on the internet. Like, you could go on 4chan and say, oh, I'm this guy who has a beautiful wife and kids and blah, 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 blah. But you're just a fucking incel that sits in your mom's basement, right?
You say that shit on 4chan, you're getting a fucking bomb in the mail the next day.
Probably. But my point is that you can be whoever you want on the internet.
Yeah.
Right. And so when you have that ID verification, it takes that anonymity away. It takes away. It's the same way that, people will go on the internet and leave anonymous reviews on Yelp. This was the worst service ever. The server gave my kids cancer. But then you're like, hey, Lauren H from, fucking Sarasota, Florida. Why did you leave this? And then they all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, I might have misremembered, It's like when you're confronted with the consequences of your words, it's the same way that, conservatives will go out and get caught on video calling people the N-word, get fired from their job because their job's like, we don't want to be associated with someone who does that.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, the consequences of my actions. It takes away that from the internet. You don't have to worry about people not worried about the consequences of their actions. They are fully identifiable.
Yeah.
Like, it's minuscule, but I know that I think one of the dating apps, Tinder, I think maybe all of them now, Tinder, Grindr, Hinge, all that, if you upload a profile picture and it detects that the pictures have all groups in them or more than one person, it will tell you, like, you need to put a picture of just yourself first. Yeah. It cannot be a group picture first. And it cannot be only group pictures. It needs to be a picture of you and yourself first.
Yeah, that's to avoid like catfishing shit.
Right. And I think that takes away the whole like wasting everyone's time on a dating app. But in practice, that is like a good, like, I guess, like lateral example of what verification could do for the internet. Is it could, again, because you can't fake millions and millions and millions of identities.
I mean, there's, like I was just saying, in the UK, there's hundreds, if not thousands of people just uploading screen caps from a video game.
That's true.
To get around it. And it's like, yep, that's a real person.
Well, and
it's not like cross-checking it against every other image it
what
receives.
What about a wait period?
A wait period?
Yeah. So, okay.
I mean, what would that do?
So I'm signing up for Twitter.
Like, we have wait period on pistols.
Yeah,
and handgun killings are still like a leading cause of death amongst children. Like,
gun deaths in California are lower.
Yeah, but
I'm saying, anyway,
it doesn't solve the problem.
It doesn't solve it, but it helps it. So this is what I'm saying. You sign up for Twitter. Twitter says, okay, we want to verify that you are a real person. Please input your driver's license number or your ID number on your government issued ID license so we can verify that, one, you're over 18. First off, ban kids from the internet. We can verify that you're over 18, and we can verify that you are a real person. Right? Enter that in. Twitter then has to turn around and contact DMV and say, is this real? Then DMV, rather than confirming, yes, this is this person, says, yes, this is a real ID number with this name attached to it.
And then they'd have to store that ID number in a database and then cross-check it with existing numbers in there and make sure it's not already applied to an account.
Right. And then, yeah.
I mean, that's how you get around the whole, like, Norman Reedus photo thing, but at the same time, the concerns of, like, corporations having your identifiable info
that's,
is
again,
still there.
it's a double-edged sword. I don't really think there's a particular solution to it other than stop using the internet.
Yeah.
You want to look up stuff for your research paper? Go to the fucking library.
Yeah, read a book.
You want to...
I haven't read a book in years.
I'm actually...
The last book I read was the Communist Manifesto, like 3 years ago.
Did you see I started a Substack?
I did.
So my next article is called "You Should Probably Be Reading More Books." So, and it actually kind of goes along with this, which interestingly enough. But yeah, you want to fucking do research papers? Go to the library. You want to find a recipe? Ask your mom.
It's just
like
layers of friction again. Like, people are always going to pick the easiest and most convenient thing.
Absolutely.
And your library doesn't have a fraction of the amount of information in it that the internet has. Like, we have rebuilt.
It's all there's people there. I have a mutual on Twitter who I'm not going to name names because this is, I don't know if this is illegal or not. They are signed up for like 7 or 8 like major metropolitan libraries by using fake addresses. Because again, libraries have separate information.
Yeah.
My library that's right down the street from me, they have a program where you can rent tools, right? And it's part of the Sacramento City Library. But if I go down to the main branch of the Sacramento City Library, they don't have those tools. My library does.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's all fractured, even within like bigger networks, right?
Yeah, we have rebuilt the Library of Alexandria like 100-fold with the internet.
Well, there you have it. You want to fucking read something? Go to a library. You want to research something? Go to a library. You want to watch porn?
Tools? Go to the library that's over there, I guess.
If you want porn,
you better just
pay a prostitute. Pay your local sex worker.
I was about to say, develop a cuck fetish if you want porn.
Contact your local couple who is always fighting and thinks that opening their relationship will solve everything.
Yeah.
You want, what else do people go on the internet for?
Video game.
Bots, though. Where you encounter bots. Yeah, you know what? You want to play Battlefield? You want to play Battlefield? Enlist in the United States military. Sponsored by the United States military.
We are sponsored by the United States military. I personally have about 32 shares of Raytheon that have been skyrocketing lately.
And I personally have many shares of...
I'm hoping the conflict never ends.
I personally have many shares of NVIDIA.
I went to the... What was that shit called? The like gun convention that Armalite used to put on? What was it called? It like started floundering and got shut down within like the past 6 years, and it doesn't happen anymore.
No idea.
The NRA, that's what it is.
Oh,
the
national...
like NRA convention.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, the NRA is dead now. I was really
they're bankrupt.
Surprised when I heard that. Yeah,
they're bankrupt. No one likes them. They're awful.
Yeah, they are the worst fucking people. But I figured there were enough people that liked guns that would keep the NRA around.
No, the simplest solution to the NRA is to start giving black people guns.
Just give everybody a gun. Car gun. Government ships you 1 bullet per year. Doesn't kill people.
The reason we have gun control in California is because of the Black Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
So when the black people start getting guns, politicians start getting scared.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But yeah, you want to play an FPS game? Join the military. You want to fucking play, I don't know, what's another game that people like to... Animal Crossing? Go live on a farm.
What about GTA? What's your solution for that? Go commit crimes. Pussy.
Go to O-Block. No, that's too easy. That's a low-hanging fruit. Go to Fresno, California.
How do I watch Marvel Avengers if not internet?
Go to the library.
Stop taking your psychotics.
Go to the library. They have them there. Let's see. What else do people go on the internet for?
You
want to go complain about women? Go to a Magic the Gathering tournament.
There's women there.
You want to be mad about women in public? Go to a Magic the Gathering tournament. Yeah. That's all I have. I don't know what else people use the internet for.
You want to learn a new skill? Too fucking bad.
You want to start an OnlyFans and get people to consume your naked body? My number is just put a beep there.
Yeah, you want to do OnlyFans? How about stand on a corner instead?
Okay. Let's read our socials out. That's all I have, unless you have anything else.
Nope. Little teaser for next week. I'm gonna talk about the Gathering of the Juggalos.
Hell yeah, brother. My sister's gonna be so tuned into this. I think she's a big ICP person. So
I have no idea like what a juggalo is. I always thought that it was just the term for like a male prostitute. Like women were called hookers, and then men were called juggalos. Yeah, they like paint themselves like clowns.
Okay, cool.
But that's like all I know about them. I'm pretty sure they're not hookers. Might be.
Okay. Okay. Let's do our socials right now. I actually streamlined it, so now it's all in a row for me. I don't have to scroll through a bunch of links.
Hell yeah.
YouTube, we are at Learning Curve Pod. Instagram, we are learningcurve.podcast. Twitter, we are at learncurvepod. Bluesky, learningcurvepod.bsky.social. TikTok, we are at learningcurvepod, which we got a lot of traction on this week. Bodhi's Twitch is shrink3dink. Do you have a schedule yet or no?
Just whenever I feel like it. I'm trying to get as many days on as I can. If you want to know when I'm streaming,
subscribe, turn on notifications.
The channel with the notifications on. If you want to support the stream, you can subscribe to me now. So
sick. My Twitch is ChefCram_. I am probably going to stream this week, actually. I haven't decided what I'm going to do, but I am hearing rumblings of a certain governor of California running for president again, and that makes me really want to do my PowerPoint on him live on Twitch, because it's extremely horny and extremely funny. Okay. So I might do that for like an hour and then switch to a different game. My Substack, which is new, is ChefCram. Subscribe, read along. First article's out now.
Where do you find a Substack? Do I just Google ChefCram and then your Substack comes up, or is it like Substack.com?
Well, there is an app. There's an app and the website, so you can go there and it's just you search the person.
Oh, Substack is like a brand?
Yeah.
I thought it was. Oh, I always just thought it was like a thing.
No, Substack is like a Substack. It's like a Tumblr.
Yeah, it's like a proper noun rather than just a normal noun.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you want to read it, I'm going to try and put out. Yeah, I'm going to try and put out an article once a week. It's going to be on whatever I want, whatever I'm feeling at the moment. Sometimes it'll be funny, sometimes it won't.
Yeah, fuck you. He doesn't take suggestions.
No, I do take suggestions.
He doesn't. If you have some,
I love doing research.
Don't suggest anything.
No, I love doing research. The first article is out now. It's called "Trump Doesn't Act Like a Dictator, He Is One," and it's about the takeover of DC.
Okay.
Next article is coming out next week. It's called "You Should Probably Be Reading More Books." I think I have a couple more in here that I'm currently working on. Oh yeah, the epidemic of restaurants closing early. That will be coming soon. That's one I'm really fucking passionate about. God damn fucking
mad that people want a work-life balance.
No, don't. Okay, we're gonna get into this for 2 seconds. I had lunch with a high-profile California politician, and they looked me dead in the eye and said the Sacramento City Council wants state workers to revitalize downtown. And I said, perhaps if they want to revitalize downtown, I should be able to get fucking food past 8 p.m. downtown. Because I work until 5.
Yeah, so you have 3 hours to get food.
No, I'm talking like yesterday. I'm not even fucking joking. Sean and I went downtown at like 7 p.m. and all places were like, we're closing.
I mean,
I'm sorry. And then we're like walking around downtown and all like the retail shops are closed at like 7 p.m.
I mean, when I worked at Target, we stayed open till 11 p.m. And I fucking hated that. It was way too late. I thought we should close at 8. So I am all for places closing at 8.
No. Well, I don't care. But don't tell me that I need to spend my money down there if you're not going to be fucking open.
Yeah.
Like the video game store was open till like 11. The one up? Great. I'll go get a video game at 10 p.m. But like restaurants specifically, don't be a bar and close at 8 p.m. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, bars at 8 p.m. I guess it depends on the business.
Well,
but
so,
like,
so we
the fucking noodle shop, I don't think needs to be open until midnight.
No, but like Dumpling House closes at 8:30.
Yeah, that's fine.
God forbid someone get a little fucking Hispanic with it and eat dinner at 9 p.m.
What time do they open?
God forbid Joshua Hunter come home from Kansas and want to eat dinner.
They're probably open at like fucking 10 a.m. So they've been open for like 10 hours.
Okay, there's this restaurant downtown that closed, and thank God it fucking did. It was a vegan taco shop called Bambi. Never got to eat there. Do you want to know why? Because it was open Tuesday through Thursday from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. Yeah. Friday from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. Saturday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. and closed on Sundays.
Yeah, if you're... It depends on your business model. If you're open only a certain time, enough hours, you're making enough money, you want to go home at a reasonable hour, I feel like that's fine. But like a place like that where it's like we're open for 4 hours 2 days a week, that's not sustainable. You gotta work a little
There's
more.
a restaurant by my office downtown called Le Croissant.
Le Croissant.
It doesn't even serve croissants, it serves sandwiches. They're open from 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. But they don't serve breakfast sandwiches. They serve regular sandwiches.
Yeah, that's just weird.
So it's like, what do we do? You know, like I understand like Starbucks closing at like 5. Sure. No one's getting coffee at 1 a.m., even though there is a coffee place downtown that closes, I think, at 1 a.m. But like, I shouldn't go to like, there's a restaurant that we tried to go to last night. I'm name dropping. Pazzanote in Sacramento. Fucking delicious, right? They're open from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Yeah, dinner only restaurant. That's not uncommon.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Be open till 11. 6 hours is not a full shift. No. Just be open till 11. Because that means the kitchen closes at 10 and then their last reservation's at 8. So
okay.
it
I don't know. I'm not seeing a problem here.
Close later. Anyway, epidemic of restaurants. And then one that I'm working on as well is called The Misconceptions of Sharks. We're getting a little sharky with it.
I keep telling people.
And then one that's
you told me you're like, stop telling people I like sharks. And you're writing a fucking Substack article about sharks. Like,
we might be doing a podcast episode about sharks in 2 weeks.
You cannot deny it any longer.
And then the last one that I'm working on that's going to be probably like a multi-month long project is called "Is there a viable left-leaning solution to policing in the United States?" Not going to get too much into that at the moment because short answer is no. Long answer is kinda. But yeah, so give me a follow on Substack, read it, give Bodhi a follow on Twitch, subscribe. If you are listening to this podcast right now, open up that app, whether it be Spotify, Apple Music, whatever app it is, hit a starred review for us, whatever stars you think are appropriate.
And if you're watching this podcast on YouTube,
like,
open up that ass.
Yeah, I'm staring at you right now. Like, subscribe, turn on the notifications, leave a comment, share it with your friends, share it with your mom. Because you know your mom needs to know about dead internet theory.
Mm-hmm. Your mom's probably an active component in dead internet theory.
If you're anything like my mom, you're posting feet pics on Facebook for free.
The fuck?
She went to the beach. And like posted a picture of her feet in the sand, and I was like, Mom, don't do that.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Until next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.